J-Drone here. This is the Bo Ming Toys M1 1X5 Flip King. And we got a 1 mile an hour wind. It's 53 degrees out. The sun is shining. Today is a beautiful day. I have an 800 mAh battery in this. Just kind of looking to see what type of flight time I could get. I'm not going to mosey around and take a slow flight. I'm actually going to push this pretty hard and see if we can get close to 9-10 minutes here. Very nice yaw rate on this. You can see that's spinning out of control. I like a quadcopter with a quick yaw rate. It offers something nice to look at if you kind of have it hovering and then you start twisting. I think it's pretty neat. This quadcopter gets pretty good range. I'm not really sure what it's rated at off the top of my head. It is called the Flip King. It does flip very nicely. The front and the back flips are very, very smooth. Your left and right barrel roll are pretty nice, but I think the front and the back flips are extremely smooth, and that's probably why they call it the Flip King. It was probably designed to do that. I think this is just slightly more compact than your Strikers or your mAh X5s. I think it's slightly smaller. I'm not positive on that just from looking at them next to one another without measuring. That's what it looks like to me. This does have orientation lights underneath, and it is a nice night flyer. Most things with orientation lights underneath and a white shell, they glow very nicely at night, and this does. I do have a night flight. If you want to check it out on my channel. But this is definitely a joy to fly. Today's one of the nicer days that I've had, where it's like 1 mile an hour wind. And I don't have my trim set up, so this is slightly drifting one way, but I'm compensating with it, and you can see I'm kind of keeping it right in front of me. It's very easy to do. Now there are trim buttons on it. If you did want it kind of just to hover, once you had the throttle at a certain position, you would adjust your trim. If it was drifting to the right, you would adjust the trim to the left. If it was drifting forward, you would adjust the trim backwards, and vice versa. Trim buttons are very neat if you're going for a precision hover. And you can see this thing will flip all day. It's very nice. If you could find one of these for sale, pick it up. I'd say $25, even $30 range and below. If you could find one for sale, pick it up. Where I purchased it from, it's sold out, and I've scrubbed the web a little bit and haven't been able to find another one for sale. I like this quadcopter. It's a very simple quadcopter. It did not come with a camera, although it does have a camera hookup to it. I believe it's a 3-wire camera hookup. Most of your quads are 3-wire hookups. You have a couple rare ones that are 4-wire hookups, but very easy. You just put this into the mounting bay it has, and you plug the buttons in, and the controller is set up to do a camera. And you can see those red stripes on the front. Those help with orientation. That's your front. It does have a toggle switch that you can see. You connect the wires inside, and it doesn't automatically turn on like some of the quadcopters do. You actually have a toggle switch that you can flip on and off. This is a very nice flyer. Very smooth. And again, the front and the back flip is great, and I attribute that probably to the design of this. They probably designed it to flip very, very well. Not to say other quadcopters and other drones don't flip very well, but I think this does it really, really smooth. I mean, if you blink when I'm flipping, you miss it. That's how quick and smooth it is. You can see I'm full 360-degree flying. I just did a complete circle around me. This thing handles very well. It's very agile. And again, you can see it gets good range. The speed on it's nice. It does have 2 speed settings. I am in your second speed setting. I probably don't need to be. And if I wasn't in your second speed setting, whatever this end time was, it'd probably be longer. It'd most definitely be longer because you're not putting such a hard drain on the battery. The higher you go up in speed settings, or people like to call them beginner, intermediate, and advanced settings, whatever you want to consider it, the higher up you go, the faster you're going to drain your battery because you're getting a stronger response out of your controller to the quadcopter. Just for instance, if I had this in one and I was flying, kind of hovering like I am, and you just seen me dip my nose down, it's kind of a dramatic dip. If you're in one, it's not going to be so dramatic. Same thing with your quadcopters that have 3 speed settings. And you can see I'm kind of bouncing up and down like a yo-yo. This thing's very responsive. We didn't hit the ground. It did exactly what I wanted to. And again, I'm just going for general length with the 800 mAh battery in here. If I was looking to push the limits, I wouldn't be pushing the quad so hard. I wouldn't be flipping out of control left and right. I wouldn't be yawing crazily. And I'd have it in your first speed setting just as well as I'd probably have the landing gear off. And then that'd kind of be, that's about the only weight reduction that you can do to this without damaging the quadcopter. I don't like to damage these things. I doubt I'll ever sell one of them. I enjoy flying them. I enjoy them. I've seen guys drill holes in these and make them look like Swiss cheese to drop weight on them, and they do get extended flight time. But to me, it's not very visually appealing. And as far as the actual value of the quadcopter then is, it's kind of like a car when you have salvage title or titled car. The value goes down to almost where it's worth nothing. So I'm not into extreme modification where it's going to destroy the body. Basically what I'm out here doing is showing you guys how these things fly from the manufacturer with slight mods on them. Battery mods, weight reduction mods. I even went to the point where I attached 2 batteries to one quadcopter. You have to be careful when you do that. You don't want to wire them in a series where you're increasing voltage, because then you could possibly burn out the motors if they were only able to handle 3.7 and you have them at 7.4 because you wired them incorrectly. Then you could possibly burn out the motors, overwork them. I wired 2 batteries in a series where I kept it 3.7, but I increased the voltage to, not the voltage, excuse me, the mAh to 1000. And I got an epic flight time out of that. I will experiment with that more often, and that's basically what I'm doing. Small experimentation, showing you how these things fly, extreme colds, wind, snow. Just so you know. That way, if it's snowing one day, you want to go out and it's like, I don't want to break my quadcopter, but J-Drone did it. His quadcopter's alright. Then you don't got to worry about it. If I break one of mine, then it's broken. I'll replace it or repair it. But at least yous know then. And I think we're about done here. Yeah. I'm J-Drone, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Lights are blinking. Have a great day.